Yep, big smile on the face.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the light behind you just gives you that extra bit of separation behind you. Instead, because I was like, no, because I still had it slightly to the side.
I saw you, when I heard you saying no, I moved a bit.
Oh. That one, go back. That one's good.
Yeah, that's still alright, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks like a building light.
That little pop.
Maybe I did get it. Either way, we've got a stack there. So you want a group shot?
Yeah, man.
G'day photographers. So what you're about to see is the results of a collaboration between a few people. There is obviously all the Diploma and Cert 4 students that made their way down to the digital show in Melbourne. There's a couple of professional photographers like Mark Jesser and Grant Wells. Tracy and I were there. And the very, very, very special guests, the Deakin University Cheerleading squad. This photo here you're looking at is one of the photos that made it into the Age newspaper. What we're going to do now is walk through how these photos were made. I think you're going to really enjoy it.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 6. Awesome. I got them back.
Alright, let's take a look at how we got there. So let's head on to @MarkJesser on Instagram. And basically what we're fighting here is we've got an ambient exposure, which is against the sky, and that's putting our subjects into silhouette. And we're needing to find a way to fill them and with light. And to do that, we've got, you probably saw in that little video before, that a big studio light, and that's pumping in flash. And there's also some flashes around the perimeter of the girls, and they're adding a sorted kind of rim light. Now, how do you balance all those things? There's a lot of stuff going on. Alright, so let's get the exposure stuff out of the way. So first off, we're picking an ISO. It might be 200, it might be 100, whatever. Usually, if the sky's quite bright, you want that ISO to be quite low.
Ben, that's not a real camera. It's too small.
Now, let's say we picked ISO 100. The next job we've got to do is get the shutter speed to, if the sky's bright, generally you're going to your camera's flash sync speed. What's all you've got left really is aperture, dialing that in till the sky looks good. And then you'll be at a point where your subjects are in silhouette or they're in shade. And that's where the big light comes in, or a flash, you know, that'll fill your subjects with light. For a lot of this kind of work, the volume knob approach works well, where you just turn it up or you turn it down until things start to look good.
So, guys, the reason why I'm yelling at you is because we're going to try and, they're going to do a jump. We'll do a couple of different movements, jumps, baskets, whatever they're called. They're going to do their bit, and we're going to choose sort of like a movement that's going to best work for the light that we've got. There's no point in them doing this really sick trick if we can't light it, or if we can't see something, or if we don't have enough lights to light it, or whatever. So we're going to choose something depending on what they can do for us.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5.
Don't be the problem that gets us here. They always get this shot. They think that's the best part.
What's the best shot?
When it gets to the top.
Okay, righto, cool. So this is why these guys are the experts, and why you're going to talk to them.
Every time.
Cool. Whoops, hang on, too quick, sorry.
They're ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. That's fine. Oh, are you right? Yeah, I went backwards.
change your battery bottles at that front power.
Gravity makes you want to
So
separate your legs.
you don't get as many.
This person here always got the...
Yeah,
This
and
thing
that's
can
usually
keep up
me,
to
so I'm
some
like,
extent.
Luckily, hang on, I learned how to fish before the helicopter.
Using the uncounted flash, that thing is, they're going to struggle to keep up with the amount of pops that the big one can do. So it's sort of...
Let's take a minute now. One of the questions you might have is why the sky is so dark in the final shots, but not so dark while we're filming this video. That's because essentially we got there really early, and a lot of what you're seeing now is practice. We practiced and practiced and practiced so that when the good light came into the sky, like those purples and reds and, you know, the little bits of sunset, we were ready to capitalize on them because they really don't last long. About an hour and a half before any of that interesting light got in the sky, we had our exposure roughly locked in. You know, we might have to tweak it here or there, but we're at our sync speed and we've got a good aperture and we've got a good ISO. You know, we've worked out how to best focus the camera, the best angles, the best backgrounds, the best lens choices. So when we get to that magic part of the light, all we've got to do is shoot.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 6.
I can't move, so they'll move.
No, man. You girls right to do one more?
Yeah.
Poor girls can
Me, I do.
How many times you said that? Is it
Sorry. No, not yet, but yeah.
I hope this line use a beer or something.
Yeah, we'll do that. TAFE, where are you? TAFE? TAFE credit card. Righto.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 6.
Need this photo for something? Or?
Yeah, we need it for social.
See
And we probably would use it.
black rim?
Yeah.
Now the black rim is because the flash is now.
Are you need something? It's gonna be.
You don't get as many.
And that's usually me, so I'm like.
Luckily, hang on.